They say that the ocean is big. I wouldn't know. For me, it's always ended at the horizon, where the water meets the fog. I wish I could see what's beyond that line, beyond our island and the plaza. Grandma says that this is our haven, that the lighthouse keeps us safe. But a part of me wants more. It's hard to imagine that this was a different world once, that you could open your door, step outside, and just walk wherever you wanted to go. But that was before the fog, before the city sank, before the dirty paws showed up and took everything away from us. We still have a spectacular sunrise, though. I guess the paws couldn't find a way to deprive us of that.
Wavetale is a short and sweet game, adventure game specifically, that doesn't really do anything super complicated gameplay-wise, nor does it really do anything shocking narratively. But what it does do is cozy and sweet in the long run. However, there's a thing that I'm going to mention towards the end of this review that is keeping me from giving it a full recommendation. The game originally came out exclusively, or at least timed exclusive, for Google Stadia back in the day, if you all remember when that was a thing. Yeah, I forgot about that too. Anyway, the story isn't much to write home about, but that doesn't mean it's bad. It does its job to get you invested in some of the characters and the world that Sigrid, the protagonist, inhabits. In this world, a great catastrophe took place many years ago that saw the land of Strandville destroyed, sunk into the depths of the sea. Well, most of it sunk into the depths of the sea. Sigrid, having been born after all of that happened, isn't really familiar with anything predating that event. So things like apples, oranges, and stuff need to be described to her. It's a trope that I really like, honestly. Sigrid meets the Shadow early on. The Shadow is a creature that allows her to walk on water and surf waves. Because of this, Sigrid can get to various islands and help reconnect the world in a way. As I've said before, the story is pretty average in my opinion, but once again, average isn't bad. That said, there were points where it dragged and fell into heavy repetition, with Sigrid having to turn on 3 generators or 3 of something else, find trapped people, rinse and repeat. But after the halfway point of the game, that eases up a bit, because things change up, which is nice. The game isn't very long either, so its repetitive nature is kind of, I guess, dulled because it's not a very long game. I finished it in about 5 hours, and that's including the time I'd spent looking for folks that weren't required for the story, and doing side quests and racing activities. Overall, the narrative package for Wavetale is decent, but isn't why you'd play the game in my opinion.
No! Iris, wait!
Are you hurt?
I saw, and there was... Oh, this is not good. Not good at all. If this is what the paws are up to, then... You look all pale, girl.
Oh, it's just... there's something...
Is it Anita? Did she capsize?
It's not the boat. Just come see.
Stay back, child. I'll get the harpoon.
No, it's not dangerous. It helped me save you.
Helped you?
Yeah, like... just watch.
Sigrid, are you out of your mind?
We need more sparks, Grandma. I can go get them.
Absolutely not.
It won't hurt me, I promise. And technically, I'm not in the water, I'm just on it. We don't have a choice.
Have it your way, girl. But don't get used to it.
The reason why I could say somebody would play it is because of its excellent way of getting you to tap into a flow state really well. You'll be doing a lot of traveling without much combat, so having fun surfing and jumping and this and the other off of waves and platforming is a major bonus. You'll be surfing on these waves, jumping at the peaks to get some extra air, jumping on platforms in ways that I don't think you really should be able to, but you can, and I love that. An example of that would be you reach an island, you see a pattern of like scaffoldings that you are supposedly supposed to jump on in a specific order or whatever to get to the top. But I'm like, what if I just, stand here on top of this over here and just skip that and just scale my way up that way? Like, it's jank, but I like that the game allows me to do that. As for the surfing, I don't know, it kind of reminds me of Spider-Man, like Spider-Man 2018, Spider-Man 2, pick one. While it's not nearly as intricate as swinging through New York City, there's something about riding the waves, looking for the next one that's coming to get some air, and you could do that. I could do that for a while. It's pretty nice, cozy, and the music definitely helps with that. Now, I mentioned combat earlier, but the combat that is on offer isn't really much. And frankly, it probably shouldn't be, because the focus of the game is clearly the surfing and the platforming, narrative aside. For combat, you have your standard light attacks and a heavy attack. And you also have a slam ability if you jump or double jump and then hit your heavy attack. Beyond that, there is an enemy type introduced later on into the game where you can use your spark net to like zip yourself to them so you can lay into them with your light combo. Otherwise, that's it for combat. You do have some major battles in the game, but those major battles are mostly like, how quickly can you platform to do this thing, to press the button or do the thing to hurt the boss? You don't really get a actual mano a mano, I am beating the crap out of you combat section until the end of the game. Again though, the game's focus is clearly not the combat, so I'm not dinging it for that. Before I move on and talk about like just a little bit about the side quests real quick, I want to talk about how easy it is to possibly sequence break the game. Sequence breaking is essentially doing something out of order that breaks the rest of the order that the game kind of needs you to do to move forward. I'm just saying that in case anyone doesn't know. There was a point in the game where I needed to get to a specific island so I can do whatever I had to do on that island to keep going. But I didn't see that I had to kill some enemies before I got to that island. So I just kind of ignored the enemies and then got to the island, and then I started running around the island like, this isn't opening, this isn't working, that's not doing anything. So then I just jankily climbed what I needed to climb. I got there, and then the objective just kind of moved on. Then I realized I can't do anything right now because I didn't do the previous objective, but the game clocked it as me completing the previous objective, but despite not doing so. So I had to restart from the checkpoint. And then I don't remember if there was a restart from checkpoint button. I might have just had to go to the main menu and then come back in. Either way around, I restarted, and then it let me after I beat the enemies I was supposed to beat. But I'm just pointing that out because it was very easy for me to sequence break there. So word of advice, if you choose to play this game, do the objectives when you see them. Even if you can ignore them, just do them. Before I talk about the side quests briefly, I want to talk about the customization you can do. You can customize Sigrid's appearance with some of the orange spark currency that you find and earn in the game. You can customize the textures on her outfit, you can give her a hat, and you can change her hair color. At one point, I gave her a strawberry hat because I thought it looked hilarious. Now about those side quests. Side quests are pretty simple too, with most of them amounting to fetch quests, with maybe one or two of them actually involving finding other NPCs that are only discoverable in that quest line. So if you want to fill up all of Sigrid's NPC section of her journal, you should look into doing those side quests. Beyond all of that, there really isn't much else to really expand on with the game, since this is, again, a very short game. Which leads me to the reason why I can't really give this game a full recommendation, at least not without caveats. For its 4 to 5 hour runtime, the game is actually pretty good, but it doesn't do enough to justify its asking price of $30. Right now though, as of the day that this video goes live, it's on sale for $1.49 on Steam until the 26th of January. So I definitely recommend it at that price, or even just half, like $15, sure, go for it, if this all sounds interesting enough for you. But as much as I want to give this game a go for it, I think I'll have to give it a caution. When I give a game a go for it, I give it a wholehearted recommendation, even though I point out its flaws, and I just leave it up to you to decide, he fully recommends it, but if I don't jive with something, then I'm just not going to pick it up, which is fine. That's what I want you to do. Caution is me saying, you should play it, but that's what that is. And avoid, which I think I've only ever given once. It's just straight up, I don't recommend it, but even when I give an avoid, I'm like, I don't recommend it, but I'm just some dude. If you want to play it, ignore me. Something that I've come to realize after all these years of reviewing games, that doesn't make me an authority figure, I'm just saying, is that even if 2 games share a length and a price tag, my recommendations can fluctuate wildly between them. This should be a no-duh moment, but when you have a debate going on between gamers everywhere about whether or not something should match that price that they're asking for, that a developer or publisher is asking for, versus the content you get, that's going to be a person-by-person basis. Anyway, caution or not, if you want to play Wavetale, it's available on Nintendo Switch, PS5, PS4, Xbox One, GeForce Now, PC, and Xbox Series X and S for $30. Wavetale, once again, is a enjoyable and cozy experience. I'm just saying that you probably shouldn't buy it for $30. And with that, that is all of the reviews that I have lined up for January. February is around the corner, and so is the start of the major video game release barrage that we're going to get this year. Hopefully, our wallets will survive. I hope you all have enjoyed your stay. I'm TUSDarryl, and I'll catch you all later.